Throughout the course of human history, people have become interconnected in such an incredible way. This is a story of how tradition, community, and food traveled from all ends of the earth to make me. 9 months after being born in Logan, Utah, my family moved to Texas. Texas is a hot spot for job seekers, so there is constantly construction of businesses and apartments. The growing economic opportunity welcomes an influx of people to move here from all different backgrounds. With global economic development, Fort Worth serves as the perfect location for global forces to take action. The Dallas-Fort Worth area has remained one of the country's fastest growing metropolitan areas for several years now. There's one reason above all others that draws in new residents: the region's strong economy and jobs market. The emerging economies provide a bigger market for goods and services. One example is the recent incorporation of more Latin American flair to the food on the shelves that allows people to share authentic food with their family. This is a huge opportunity for locals to start their own businesses, and we see an incredible amount of diversity in the restaurants and markets.
I definitely would miss a part of my identity if we didn't have globalization here. And so how we have the Hong Kong market, if I didn't have that whenever I was younger and experienced those little poppers and like stupid Asian toys that are kind of dumb, but we just still have them anyways, or wearing a traditional dress and stuff like that. If I didn't have the chance to do that, I definitely would feel like I have lost a side of me that should have been with me while I was born here. Yeah.
Growing up in Fort Worth, I felt a unique sense of community. No matter where people come from, they feel a sense of Texas pride.
We're just proud to be Texans,
I feel like there's a sense of community in Texas. Everyone thinks that Texas is the best because it is.
Of course, I feel that same love and pride. We grow up saying the Texas Pledge every day at school, and our flags fly right next to the Grand American. With the collective sense of Lone Star pride, there are countless sub-communities all around. In high school, my blonde hair stood out in the classroom and people could recognize me down the hall. Despite other schools calling our school ghetto, we had huge pride for our different cultural heritages. With so many students being first-generation Americans, immigrants, or refugees, there was a great sense of motivation and goals to work hard and create the life they want.
As an immigrant and a working student in the community, working towards to build my own life here in the United States.
After asking my peers and adults in my community, there was the overwhelming response that the community works hard to incorporate a sense of belonging to all its citizens.
Although Texas is different, the homogeneous Utah, there is community here because everyone wants to be better and wants to work hard, and everyone's very friendly to each other.
People are not afraid to express their cultures and religion here.
There are a lot of opportunities for people like me.
You had people coming in from other countries, and it was just really cool to see how even if you're different, they work together to make sure that you feel comfortable.
It became more of a social norm that people are that you can just look around and see a different color no matter what, Unlike Utah, I'm sorry.
This exposure kindled a curiosity and eagerness to all I could learn about different people and their cultures. Globalization, the blending of global and cultural elements, is present on a magnified scale in my community. Multiculturalism reaches into areas through immigrants, live entertainment, television, radio, newspapers, and the internet. K-pop is just one example of the power of globalization. Musical forms often become global forms carrying global meaning. Genres like rap and jazz once took the world by storm. But in my community, we often hear K-pop in shops or see posters around the stores. Bands like BTS and Blackpink are common knowledge, and crowds of thousands attend these concerts. Those crowds alone are an example of the impact that technology and music has had in globalizing South Korean culture in my community. The display of diversity in my life is so prevalent that the global has become local.
We still have like Chinese New Year's here, and there's like plenty of Asians or like Laos New Year's, and like any type of race could go. Like you have even gone to temples to see like New Year stuff.
With Chinese and Laos New Year's festivals, Romanian food festivals, Las Posadas celebrations, Korean winter celebrations, and countless others, cosmopolitanism, an open-minded and willingness to interact and understand the worldview and practice of others is the norm for many people living here. As for myself, I think my room decor can speak for how these events have impacted my life. This brings me to the most important aspect of globalization that has impacted my life. Chef Alex Atala said, "The most powerful social media is not the internet, not Facebook, it is food. Food connects all human beings." When I look back at the photos and videos of my life, it is clear that almost all of them include two things: people and food. Everyone I asked told me they experienced the world through the variety of restaurants we have around us.
And the restaurants and just like the things that you can do here, like there's a bar called Billy Bob's and it's for country dancing, and like you would not find that in New York City.
Different varieties of restaurants. There are many places from different countries where you can go and eat.
One day we'll try to go to a Mexican restaurant, and then we'll go to a Vietnamese restaurant, or probably some other day we'll go to a Mediterranean restaurant.
Okay, I'm African, and so like I can find there's just so many like restaurants and like little stores and everything with like different cultural foods. Like there's like Indian stores and there's like African stores. There's like Nepali and like all these different like restaurants that it's not, you can find everything there from every like different culture and everything. So I feel like, and it doesn't cause a problem because like I don't know, it works out.
Whether my friends and I are trying out a new Japanese pancake recipe, partying with a plate of chalupas, or testing our limits at a spicy Indian restaurant, I can guarantee that is when the real connections happen and globalization works its best magic. It is these occasions that we tell our stories of escaping the country, hidden in a cabbage wagon, and live in a forested refugee camp. Or the stories of our parents crossing from one mountain to another, sitting in a basket pulling on a string to go to school. Or the traditions we follow to respect our elders and parents. These moments at Crawfish Boils are the ones that transcend cultural borders and connect us as humans. These are the elements of globalization that have affected my life and made me the person I am today.